Hello and welcome to a new series. My name is Ali and I'm going to show you through my Planeswalker collection that I have been sort of collecting the last 8 months or so. To give you a wee bit of background information on this, I've recently came back to Magic. I've been playing for the last 12 months. Prior to that, I started back in original Innistrad and I stopped around about Ixalan period. I used to play an absolute ton, it was just one of those things, life got in the way. But during that time, I used to actually collect Planeswalkers, and it was something that I really enjoyed. And since I came back to the hobby, as much as I enjoyed building decks, playing with friends, opening packs, all the usual kind of good stuff in Magic, I sort of missed collecting the Planeswalkers. So I was like, you know what, why not? We'll do it again. So this is me kind of documenting this sort of like just fun little side journey. To caveat, prior, like when I used to do it, I used to have an absolute ton of them. I had pretty much not every Planeswalker, but like a lot. Even kind of this fancier ones like your San Diego Comic Con versions and stuff. So I went pretty hard on it. This is definitely more of a kind of like fun little side part of collecting Magic, as I think the collecting part of Magic is also as good as sort of playing with friends. So yeah, that's kind of just a bit of background. With it, I've got about 160 odd Planeswalkers right now. Not everyone's in the folder, some of them are in decks. And the way that I'm kind of collecting is I'm just sort of one of each, and then if they have different art variants, then I'll go for different art variants. But it's kind of just like one of those slow little kind of side things. But yeah, what I'm going to do is take you through it. The first page doesn't look so impressive. It's colourless. It's just a couple of Karns and an Ugin, but it does kind of tick on from here. The way I've kind of done it is that I've grouped them as colours, so you'll see kind of in the next page. I will say Karn Liberated is still one of my favourite Planeswalkers. Red is a wee bit more impressive. I've been able to kind of get a few more of them. Yeah, as you can see, I've just kind of clumped all the Chandras together, and there's quite a few Jays together. I don't have the original Tibalt yet. I do love original Terrible Tibalt, so I need to get one of those out of kind of the new Planeswalkers. I quite like this new kind of this art style of Luca. I think he looks pretty sweet. I'm not fussed about foils as much. It's nice obviously to have foils, like for example this Chandra Fire Artisan, the kind of anime version is foil, which is nice, but yeah, I'm not going super hard to try and get all the foils. I did used to do that. I actually don't know if I mentioned, but when I did stop playing Magic, it was around about Ixalan periods, so it's been quite a number of years. So kind of coming back and collecting Planeswalkers again, the kind of the fun part of it is there's so many new ones actually, which has been great. So I very much enjoyed seeing some of the newer characters. For example, Rowan up here. I think just art-wise, I actually quite like it. Quite simple, but looks really nice. Obviously, this kind of Sarkhan, the kind of I know it's supposed to be black and white, but it's foil, which looks quite nice. Again, the art I think looks pretty sweet. Definitely red is probably the most I've got in kind of the mono colours for Planeswalkers wise as we move on to white. On this page actually, I've been quite lucky in getting quite a few of these guys in foil. Well, some of the Elspeths actually, the Sun's Nemesis and Archangel here. And then this is obviously the dual deck Elspeth Sun's Champion. So there's still quite a few Elspeths I need to get, quite a few more Ajanis as well. But I was quite happy to get the Call of the Pride. I don't know why, for some reason. Quite a classic Planeswalker actually, and the same with the kind of the good Endurer and stuff as well. So yeah, quite a few more white ones to go, but we'll get there. I've left sort of these pages blank, and just as the collection fills up, to kind of stop me shifting stuff around. Next is blue. So you can see you've got quite a few Jaces. I quite like this Jace Bellerin actually. This I think it was like special. Was it like the blue kind of? Was it Spellbooks, is that correct? I don't know, someone can correct me if they've got the time and want to, but I do quite like those borders. I know I had the Chandra as well actually, which is quite nice. But I will say actually, the one that I would like for getting to Jace Bellerin is actually just the original Lauren one, where it's the kind of, I know it's not so special now, thanks to, was it War of the Spark, when they printed a bunch of Planeswalkers across different rarities, but original Lorwyn, where it's just the rare set symbol, the mythic set symbol, I quite like, so I'll be on the lookout for an original Lorwyn Jace Bellerin. Some of the new ones that I like, obviously Narset's an absolute demon in EDH as such, but I quite like these Casminas. I don't know, just quite like the art style. Yeah, a bunch of Jaces, as you can see. Probably my favourite Jace out of these, if it's not the Jace Bellerin. I quite like this Jace Reawakened. Still got some like some of the bigger chase chases to get, I guess. I think maybe for hitting 200 planeswalkers, I might do like, you know, a fun milestone, try and get, what's his name? Jason Mind Sculptor or something like that, you know, just kind of one of those classic planeswalkers and folk fake planeswalkers. That could be a nice milestone. Black, not so much. A couple of Nuxas, a couple of Lilianas. This one actually, Liliana the Veil. Obviously, when you talk about kind of classic planeswalkers, she was such a powerhouse for so long. I remember when she was like 100 quid for modern when she was played in Jund. It's not the original Innistrad art, but foil and Japanese. I do like a foreign card, I will say. So you will see a couple of Japanese cards, like for example this Ashiok as well. I really quite enjoy. I don't know why. For language cards, if it's Japanese and foil, I'll buy it. I love it. But yeah, no, very happy to kind of have Liliana Veil, but I guess she's significantly cheaper now actually, which is quite nice. But yeah, a lot of Liliana cards are quite expensive these days. It's quite a shock. Some of the ones that I remember being quite cheap, some of the kind of the old core set ones, they've all seemed to kind of, I'd say, jumped up in price. They kind of, you know, it's not a premium price, but it's just weird because they used to be like pound cards and certainly over here, but now they're jumped up to like £7 or £8, which is quite funny because I can't quite understand why. Maybe it's Commander. This Sorin actually, as much as I don't like these old kind of style planeswalkers, I did pull that one, which was quite nice. But yeah, I like old borders, but I'm just not sure this kind of rules text as well, card text, sorry, kind of does it for planeswalkers. Sorry, but maybe this will be a bit of a longer one because I'm kind of talking through some of the, I guess, speedily some of the cards that I quite enjoy because it's the first time kind of going through the collection as a whole. But I will try and keep it prompt. No one wants to listen to, you know, tens of minutes of someone rambling on. But I will point out, for example, this Garrett Wildspeaker is the Laurenware version. You know, the original introduction of Planeswalkers. So yeah, it would be nice to get the original 5 all for kind of the Lauren set. So definitely keep my eye out for those Garrett Wildspeakers. And then kind of Garrett Relentless here, even the Dwight one, is kind of like a good example of kind of like what I'm trying to do, where it's like, obviously I've got more than one Garrett Relentless here, but they're just different arts. So yeah, it's not like I'll have two of the same original Innistrad art, and one's foil, one's non-foil. If there's a different variant, I'll pick it up, but bar that, I'll just kind of keep the one printing. So yeah, the different art variants are always nice, certainly when you can kind of see a good example like this, where they all look not vastly different between these two, obviously these, but yeah, they're all pretty sweet. Even kind of the Unleashed up here, the full art one I quite particularly like as well. I think Garrick's a very cool planeswalker. And I very much like Vivian as well, actually. It's kind of like Huntress with the bow. It's pretty cool. I've still got quite a few Nisses to pick up actually, so on the hunt for some Nisses. Moving swiftly on to multicolored now actually. As you can see, the Gruul ones have kind of sprawled over. We're over here with Nahiri. Interesting, I don't have any more of the red-white ones. It's all just Nahiri, as you can see here. Quite fun that War Spark did obviously kind of bulk up the whole Planeswalker collecting thing with a bunch of uncommons. These kind of anime art ones I do think look quite nice. They hold a special place, but you know, certainly a fun part of my heart for sure. I do like the white border Minskin do as well. I will say, I know white borders are very Marmite. People love them or hate them. I fall on the love side. I think they look pretty cool. These Dominarades actually I think are pretty fun. I quite enjoy this like young kind of Dominarade, I think, but on a board. I think that's quite fun. And I really, again, just quite enjoy these kind of anime art styles. So the more they kind of do with them for Magic, the more I'll absolutely lap them up because I think they look pretty cool. Moving on, is it probably gives Gruul run for money for like most of the dual color cards that I own? So you can see here, I've got a bunch of Saheeli and yeah, a couple of Rows actually. I didn't realize I had so many Rows. See here, and then Rows and Otter, I guess. And then Simic, I will say, coming back to Magic, I know he's an absolute bastard, but Oko FIFA Crowns is probably one of my favourite cards since coming back. He is just an absolute demon when it comes to Commander. Getting to shout get out to someone while you just absolutely mess up like a pivotal part of their deck or something is just ridiculous. No idea what Wizard was doing when they printed this card, but here he is, absolutely ruining people's games. So yeah, probably Oko's one of my favourite planeswalkers since coming back to Magic. And then I just want to shout out to Born of God's Cure because I always thought that art looked awesome. So very, very happy that I was able to pick this one back up. Moving on to Orzhov, a couple of Swords, again, an anime Sword's quite cool. Quite a lot of chaos, actually. That's one thing I noticed since coming back, is that there's lots of chaos, like a lot of printing. It kind of feels like she's maybe kind of replaced Soren as their kind of go-to Orzhov Planeswalker, but she's pretty cool. Kaya, or Kaya, maybe it's Kaya. Apologies if I got that one wrong. Then on to Zorius. The Space Drillin, actually, I don't know if you can tell, is, what would you call them? Galaxy Foil, which is kind of cool. I quite enjoy that, actually. Galaxy Foil Jace, it's pretty sweet. A lot of Dovin bands there as well, and just the one Sarkhan, but I don't know, the Rakdos ones have kind of been a bit harder to get a hold of, actually, so only 2 of them so far, but I'm sure we'll build on it. The Golgari lot, I got a Grist. I've got another Grist, the one that's the flip one's the planes, the creature, the 1-drop creature and the Planeswalker, but that's currently in a deck right now. But yeah, and then I've got another kind of Golgari Garrick in another deck as well, so a couple of the Golgari cards are out in decks right now, but still got a couple of Veraskas and this the Demir ones, a couple of Ashiogs. This one I pulled actually out of a first pack, which was pretty cool, because I kind of missed that set, but I was able to get a couple of older packs, so it was nice to pull a full art Ashiok, because I quite like this art style. And the Kyoto was there as well, it's pretty cool. And then we're on to Selesnya. I do like Ajani. Ajani's pretty cool. I think there's a couple more of these Selesnya Ajanis I need to get a hold of. But yeah, 4's not too bad. These are onto kind of the tri-colours. Again, I really like this art style. Is this Ikoria in the Narset? It's pretty sweet. I do like this Tamio as well, actually. is the bunny. I think this was just one of the Commander products. The art's pretty sweet. Dakin, I actually think is really cool. I have a full art version of this guy, and he's in an Esper deck. He's like so cheap, like he's pennies over here. And I play him in your Stola deck, and he's just an absolute house when he comes down. He's just every turn you're just exiling someone's creature. Is pretty ridiculous. And then, how do I pronounce this? It's a Geodron, is that how you pronounce it? I did crack her actually in a pack, which was pretty sweet. So yeah, it's funny, you kind of always remember the ones that you pulled in packs, and they always kind of have that a bit more of a special place, I guess. And actually, I didn't think I'd fire for it so quick, but yeah, that's the Planeswalker collection so far. Like I say, it's around 160, I think it was about 161 the last time I did a sort of inventory check. Not all of them are in here, obviously. Like I said, there's quite a few that are in decks. But yeah, that's where I am, and I think, I don't know, like I'm always on the lookout, especially for like trades and stuff. I can kind of, if it's like, you know, a couple of pound difference, I'll see if someone has a Planeswalker or 2 that I don't have. If there's quite a few shops that are around about as well, where I'll kind of nip in and see what they've got. And yeah, slowly but surely, like I say, I'm not going absolute ham for it. It's not like I'm just going online and just buying every Planeswalker I can find. It's just kind of if I can get them as like throw-in trades, or you know, to kind of make up value, or if I just find them in like little boxes and stuff like that places are selling for like a couple of pounds or whatever, I'll pick up for sure. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Magic's fun to collect, and I've enjoyed sharing it, and if you enjoy this, let me know. But thanks for watching. Cheers.